2v2 Medean Cliff Mines blue team. First up we have Torpid plays an Inquisitor, offensive commander that fights in melee combat by default, can get range weapons, lots of great crowd control and some support too. Alongside is Kisuke the Forgiver, plays a big angry Warboss melee commander that walks through cover, very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines, and he is pissed. Red team, you've got Ace, not to be confused with Ace of Swords, plays a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive commander, walks through cover and cannot be suppressed, very good offense and disruption. This is the Alpha Legion scheme. And Wise Windu rounds off teams as an Apothecary, support commander that fights in melee combat by default, can get a ranged weapon, begins with a targeted heal and a passive health regeneration aura. Nothing out of the ordinary with the build orders. Then we have Kisuke with double shooters, double guardsman into a sentinel for Torpid, who's put up a multi-last turret there. Ace with some Chaos Space Marines, no sign of a second Heritage squad just yet, most likely into some Havocs, we'll see. And Wise Windu with his trusty loyalist tactical Marines. What are we expecting then? I'm expecting a combi flamer from Ace, maybe some Catechins from Torpid, but he might wait to see if a Havoc appears and then get some spotters. We will see. Catechins will make short work of the Chaos Space Marines in melee combat, also very dangerous to level 1 commanders, but in this instance they need to be careful of Kill the Weak. 496, 500, 1-to-1 cap is all kicking off. Loads of lasguns shooting up this Chaos Lord, just trying to force him off before he can tie things up. The Inquisitor tried to use Kill the Weak there, sorry, Hammer of the Witches I should say, but the Heretics disrupted her with their grenade barrage, but the Chaos Lord is forced off. Plasma Pistol getting in shots. North side, now we have some action. Warboss going after tactical Marines with that huge chain axe that he has, tying them up, preventing them from firing their bolters, which takes a lot of the DPS away from a first engagement Space Marine army. Apothecary chasing them down with bolt pistol and chainsword. Devastators are up with their heavy bolter, but getting too close to this Warboss. That was that a stomp? I think that was a stomp. 496, 473. His special attack looks very similar to his stomp with the chain axe. Has forced him off though, got right into base pretty much. Base turrets firing. Now the double shooters need to be careful. And Torpid pushing power. There is Hammer of the Witches on the Chaos Lord, his starting ability for the Inquisitor, and a very good one it is. 100 damage I think it is, and a hard stun to a single infantry model. No sign of the combi flamer. It is 30 power, and he's spent that first 30 power on some Havocs, also spent 20 on these grenade launchers of course. So now Torpid will need to respond. Are we going to see some spotters? Spotters are now a detector unit in 2.2 of course. Chaos Lord going after the turret, but is forced off. These guards are losing models like crazy. Torpid needs to retreat them and just about does in time. The sergeant will allow them to reinforce 2 at a time. These guys also with their sergeant. Havoc is now firing. You can't suppress the sentinel since it's a vehicle, but it does take a lot of damage from setup teams, especially if it gets close. Has heavy infantry armor. Devastators at the top are covering the VP. Meanwhile, Wise Windu's pushing power. No sign of a flamer, and we do have Catechins on the field for Torpid. Very versatile unit. Can support with a smoke grenade, can disrupt from range, can counter melee units, and pretty much deal out some damage too. So we'll see if it's going to be enough to deal with the Havocs with his all-reliable grenade launcher. And look at this, we do have Storm Boys for Kisuke. Jump troops with power melee weapons, so they will make short work of Devastators or Havocs if they can get the jump on them. 1-1-1 build for Wise Windu. He's got Assault Marines on the field. Jump troops that disrupt. Don't have power weapons though, like the Storm Boys, but the Storm Boys don't disrupt, and they don't have nearly as much health as the Assault Squad either. But they carry great synergy with this guy since he can support them with his heal. Devastator's setting up right in the face of those Storm Boys. That is painful, and they have to run away. Only lost a model though. Can the Apothecary get another? I don't think he can. So now Kisuke has to fight this engagement without the Storm Boys. He's charging through with the Warboss, trying to tie up the Devastator, trying to get out of the firing arc, and he manages it. But can he manage his other troops while he does so? I don't think he can. Assault Marines jumping in and completely ruining that idea. Such a hard ranged counter to the Assault Marines in tier 1. that disruption and that huge amount of durability they have. 400 hit points per model of heavy infantry armor. What's going on here? Heretics hiding behind this cliff. Catachans on the field. Can they finish them off with shotguns? Or the all reliable maybe? Maybe it's already been used. These guys are also a detect unit, so they just give you so much you can do. They now have their demolition man, which also means they can lay down improvised explosives, and Ace doesn't have an aspiring champion, so he's not going to be able to spot them. Doesn't have a detector right now. Look at this Wise Windu pushing again. Forcing off that Stormboy squad when he did. Really helped him out. Able to push the power, decap and take a generator. Torpid now assisting the defense, but now Kisuke can move back out with Stormboys, double shooters, sluggers, and they pissed off Warboss. He had Cyborg implants and Angry Bits. Cyborg, I imagine, to counter those Assault Marines if they try to engage the Warboss, but I imagine that they mostly won't be. So, not too sure about this choice. We'll see how it pans out. 496, 365. Heretics trying to disrupt those Stormboys with the barrage, but couldn't quite pull it off. And Ace is getting pushed off over and over again. He now has some Noise Marines. Devastator set up here. Here are the Noise Marines back at base. They have a Sonic Blaster, which disables ranged weapons and does a lot of area of effect damage to infantry, but you need to be reasonably close to use it. About as close as a Flamer. You'll see it here perhaps. Really great unit in tier 1, I think. Sometimes I like to run double Noise Marines, which can really catch your opponent off guard. These CSM are going to lose a model, I think. Yes, they do. Here come the Noise Marines, and there is that Sonic Blaster, and there's the suppression from the Havocs. Those guys, those two squads synergize very well. That instant suppression, keeping things in place for the Noise Marines to do their damage, but Torpid doing well, forces them off. You see the smoke grenade support there, reducing range damage that a little blob was taken from the Catachan Devils. 474, 362 Catachans can really make or break your tier 1, depending on how well you use them, and Torpid so far has used them pretty well. He's gone for the Sarge in tier 2, gives them a melter gun model, so they are now a soft vehicle counter as well as everything else that they do. And a Chimera hits the field. Support vehicle for Imperial Guard allows them to transport and reinforce allied infantry. Unique among transports in that garrisoned units inside can shoot these little laser turrets that you see on the side, and it does pack quite a punch when all of them are firing. Apothecary now with the Mastercrafted bolts. I expected to see this a bit earlier. Can use full auto on the Warboss, but he's got it. 460, 362. He's held his north. There is a 2-to-1 for blue team. And a war truck on the way for Kisuke. Orks coming through mid, and the Stormboys have their Nob Leader. This guy's very, very mean. Has a heavy melee knife. Have been suggestions of giving him perhaps a chain axe or something, which I think would be pretty cool. 460, 346, just as a visual change to help players realise that he has heavy melee. There is the jump, and they will now stun when the Nob Leader lands on something, and there is a heal, and that might have saved the entire squad there. Because when Stormboys jump on a setup team with heavy armour, they can pretty much delete them off the map. Blue team blobbing mid, as they should, I think, with this Chimera support, and a war truck for support as well, so they can reinforce off both of these vehicles. War truck with 350 hit points, Chimera with 500. War truck does very little damage as well with this big shooter. Not very good accuracy, as you might expect. A Ork on a moving truck trying to shoot things is not going to work out very well. 460, 318. Look at the damage that this autocannon is doing. Ouch. Autocannons are awesome. Really synergize well with the corn shrines as well. Ace has been forced off. Wise Windu is all alone. This is not an engagement he wants to tackle. All of this stuff is going to turn to face him. 46307. Warboss in amongst disrupting stuff. This is when he's happiest. He's still level 1 though. Can sometimes be quite difficult for the Warboss to level up. The Apothecary is swarmed and goes down. 46494. Inquisitor also level 1. She has her Inferno pistol short range weapon that kills pretty much everything a lot, and also gives you judgment. Those Assault Marines got absolutely owned. Almost got another model. And there's a Hell Fury on retreat path. Can it take another one? There are sluggers, and the entire squad is wiped out. Huge blow for Wise Windu. Has a Librarian. Support sub-commander for Space Marines. Also has an artillery spell called Smite, which he starts with. Power melee as well from that Force Sword. Chaos Sword runs away. He has revived the Apothecary. Apothecary needs to run though. He didn't realise he'd been revived and goes down. Something I do quite a lot, much to the chagrin of my teammates. Heretics have an aspiring champion Heretic squad now with the grenade launchers, so they don't have their Doom Blast and stuff, but it just allows them to survive a bit better. 460, 256. Storm Boys against Tactical Marines, and there's a Purification Rites heal. Librarian also forced to run away. You see Ard Boys there on the Storm Boys. Global ability of the Warboss has some great global buffs that come under. 456, 256. Forces them off, but I don't think he killed anything, or did he kill one of those Tactical Marines? Not sure if they were already gone. Blue team dominating so far in tier 2. Some Plague Marines for Ace, trying to put some pressure on his 2 transport vehicles. Has that autocannon as well. I think he should have kept the heavy bolter.
So the generator is online.
456, 253. There's the Catachun's all reliable, that awesome destruction from range. It does a reasonable amount of damage as well. Grenade barrage, and there's the Blastmaster from the Noise Marines, turns them into an artillery squad. Very, very dangerous, as you might expect, to blobs of infantry. Will heavily damage all targets though if you can hit them. 456, 231. Red team unable to get going in tier 2 and push into the mid. Tier 3 for Torpid, and we now have a Power Claw Warboss. 95 DPS, heavy melee damage. This thing hurts and rips apart everything in the game. Has 1060 hit points at level 1 with that Cyborg implants. Very nearly level 2 though. Tactical Marines have a missile launcher for Wise Windu. There's a Purification Rites heal. Librarian is in there helping out, chasing down the Storm Boys. Kisuke is not giving up the chase though, and the Tactical Marines finally running away. Now the Librarian in a bit of trouble, and a full retreat there from Wise Windu, and he might lose his power. Shotgun scouts coming in. Can they stand against the Dakar of the shooters though? Really screws with your strategy as Space Marines trying to use shotgun scouts to counter melee, but as soon as they get anywhere near close, look at the damage they take from the shooters. Losing 2 models in a flash. 456, 175, a single cap for blue, huge VP lead. Can red team pull this back? Sentinel has decapped this wreck point. It can't cap points, but can decap them. And we have Markov Pawn, Chaos Space Marines for Ace. Get these chain axes, which are power melee weapons, plasma pistols, and the aspiring champion also gets a melt pistol. There's a stomp, and now they need to retreat. Here comes the Chaos Lord, but he's all alone. No sign of Armor of the Inferno. Very surprised not to see it. No sign of the Combi Flamer either. Is he waiting for some tier 3 goodness? He could go right now. Maybe a Dreadnought with Markov Zinch to suppress big blobs and take out these transports. We'll see what he goes for. 456, 134. It's a 2-to-1 for blue. Wise Windu trying to get back his natural. They do have the mid red team. Storm Boys have lost their Novido, but there he is, repurchased in the field. And a Dreadnought now up for Wise Windu. This changes everything. The Storm Boys with their Novido do a reasonable amount of damage to vehicles, as will that Warboss with that Power Claw, reasonable to say the least, but the Dreadnought will Fist of the Emperor stuff in the face and allow DPS to go in from the rest of the units. Good choice I think from Wise Windu. We'll see how it pans out. Torpid again forcing off Ace. Seems to be able to force him off with ease right now. And a Dreadnought now for Ace. What's he going to go for? The Space Marine Dreadnought begins as a melee walker with 2 close combat weapons and that wrist mounted flamer. And that awesome Emperor's Fist. disruption ability. Here come the shooters shooting up the Apothecary, who needs to back away. Shooters won't do a lot though to a Dreadnought. Is he going to go with something else to help him counter that thing, or is he going to rely on the Warboss and the Storm Boys? It's a risky strategy because we have shotgun scouts there, the Dreadnought itself, and full auto to try and deal with all those things. A bunch of Catachans died here, but they do live. There they are. Here come Mark of Corn CSM. There's the Sentinel Stomp, knocked back, a little bit of damage, and a stun. And now they flee. Whoa, loads of stuff dying, but it's only Guardsmen, they don't really care. All reinforcing off the Chimera, and now Kisuke, I think, a bit wary of that Dreadnought, as he's not going to push north again, or is he? Looks like he is. This is a huge risk, I think. War Truck eats a missile. There's the Librarian. I've not seen a single smite yet. There's the Warboss charging in. This charge from Angry Bits also increases his health regeneration, but there is full auto. Storm Boys jumping on the las cannon. Down goes the War Truck, but the las cannon in serious amounts of trouble. Windu needs to get a heal off there, but he doesn't, and down it goes. Storm Boys just completely deleting that unit. Down goes the Warboss though. Could not handle the Dreadnought. He can't really go 1 versus 1 versus a Walker unless he has heavy armor and is leveled up a bit, I think. Certainly not a melee Walker like this Space Marine Dreadnought is by default, and it completely ruined the Orks and forced them off. Storm Boys did get away, and Kisuke is in tier 3 with a lot of resources. Is he going to go for a Nob Squad? Nob Squad are a melee infantry unit, but they have incredible amounts of damage and durability, so they can go toe to toe with a melee Walker. 437, 74 is a double cap for Ace and Wise Windu's red team. Wise Windu with double Dreadnoughts now. Wow, is he going to keep both of them melee? I think he should. No, he's got an assault cannon for one of them. There we go. And Kisuke going for a battle wagon. And Wise Windu only has the missile launcher and the melee attacks from the Dreadnoughts to deal with that thing. We do have a Marco Zinch Chaos Dreadnought though. Does a lot of damage to large targets, can also suppress large blobs of infantry, and is going for another Chaos Dreadnought. We have 4 Dreadnoughts on the red team. This is awesome. 402, 74, 2-to-1 cap for red. They have their natural and they have the mid. Can they hold on though? Only 74 victory points for red team. Torpid might... No, you can't really revive this guy. 2 Dreadnoughts waiting there. Battle wagon almost on the field. Kisuke also has enough to drop a Rocks, which could be telling. The most dangerous nuke, I think, all in all. There are some very good ones though. 382, 74. Blastmaster set up in mid. Also the auto cannon. And Wise Windu, not expecting another push, is coming to support mid. Here is the battle wagon loaded up with Orks. Has 4 units inside, you can tell by those 4 yellow marks. Put a unit inside the battle wagon and it suddenly becomes faster and shoots all of its weapons, can run over stuff like this, and has a big zap gun on top. This Dreadnought needs to engage. What is it doing? 359, 74, rear armor hit from the missile launcher. But now the Imperial Guard engaging. Where is Ace? He has a Mark of Corn Dreadnought now. And there's Rocks on base. Pain. Took out the las cannon, took out the scouts. And the Tactical Marines are going to retreat right into it. But they're going to survive, I think, yes. This Dreadnought taking a lot of damage from that Inferno pistol, I believe. She's now fully kitted out, level 2, Purgatus. And the Inquisitorial Mandate. 321, 74. Everything going after this battle wagon now. We have Mark of Zinch, Chaos Dreadnought, Mark of Corn, Chaos Dreadnought, and Mark of Corn, Chaos Space Marines, but now they turn to Cap. Plague Marines also in there with that snaring missile launcher. Very tough infantry squad. Battle wagon lives, just about. Does he have sluggers to repair? He does have sluggers, but they must be inside it, because I can't select them. 293, 74. Sentinel with a missile launcher can use frag and crack missiles, so quite a versatile thing. Still need to micro it well though, because it can die very quickly in tier 2 onwards. Las cannon on the field for Torpid. Has 4 dreadnoughts to deal with, so a good choice, I think. Needs some repairs though, this Mark of Khorne guy.
The enemy has me pinned.
Mark of Khorne dreadnought gets these 2 very fearsome looking close combat claws and the Blood Rage ability. Didn't see Blood Rage there, and we do have now Armor the Inferno up for the Chaos Lord, so Let the Galaxy Burn will be in play. Red team doing well, double cap. Ouch, Lasganen getting shots on this dreadnought. Look at the range it has. They also have their refractor field, which prevents them from getting knocked back. Huge upside for a setup team. Blastmaster getting shots, but there is the Mandate for the Inquisitor, boosting their speed and rendering her completely invulnerable. And there is Purgatus as well. Wow, a hard stun on all of this infantry, but now it's worn off. Plague Marines need to run, I think. Yes, there's the Galaxy Burn, hit it quite well, and the Chimera blows up. Did he completely forgot about it? I completely forgot about it. 221-74. I assume it was the Mark of Zinch Dread and maybe some Blastmaster hits that took it down. 218-70 overall. Red team just charging around with 4 walkers. What are blue team gonna do? Well, they need a lot of AV, obviously. He's going for a Manticore Torpid, which do a lot of damage to vehicles if you can hit, but it's a risky thing. I was expecting some anti-armor stormtroopers, maybe some Kisuke, or just to save for a Baneblade perhaps, but that would also be, I think, a bit of a risk given its mobility or lack thereof. Tier 3 now for Wise Windu, has enough red for Terminators once he gets the requisition for him. Assault Cannon Dreadnought, beastly single target damage and the awesome barrage ability, which we haven't seen yet. Warboss going after it, knocking chunks of health off each attack with that power claw. Look at it go. The Dreadnought though, with a ranged weapon, still packs a punch in melee combat. 73 DPS heavy melee, but it does lose its splash damage. And here comes Stormboys. Maybe should have backed that thing off a much earlier. There's Purgatus, 152-74 Manticore strike to force off the setup teams, and it forced off the Blastmaster. And here is that Inferno pistol trying to finish off this Chaos Dreadnought, but it looks like it's gonna get away. And the Inquisitor goes down in retreat. Yes, wow, just about lives. Might want to invest in another Heretic squad to repair this stuff. 139-74. Battle Wagon pushing into base. Might see the big zap gun shot. Nope, no sign of it. Missile launcher gets a rear armor hit. There it is. Wise Windu moves a bit late and gets caught in it. That is painful. You do take 50% less damage when in base, which perhaps saved a few models there. Might have completely saved everything. And we have a Predator tank on the field. Most likely, yes. Twin link las cannon on the way immediately to put pressure on that battle wagon. Red team still hold mid though. 116-74. And look at this. Chaos Lord decapping blue's natural.
Enemy unit spotted.
Red team might get a quick triple here. The Sentinel getting absolutely decimated there. Plague Marine missile, autocannon was in play, and a Blastmaster I think finished it off. Mark of Khorne CSM just about getting away. Look at that big Blastmaster hit on the guardsman. These guys all armed with plasma guns and Commissar leaders, so they will reinforce 3 at a time. Down goes the Mark of Khorne Dreadnought. That Inferno pistol is so powerful. And there's Hammer of the Witches on the Noise Marines there, level 3. Torpid using his Inquisitor abilities very well. A Dreadnought went down. So that's both of the Chaos Dreadnoughts down, is it? Yes. 70, 74, and Ace replacing his downed Dreadnought with another one. Battlewagon just about lives. There's a beamy death gun as well set up in mid. Infiltrate, in fact. There's Armor the Inferno, let Galaxy Burn. Red team need to take their natural back till they get a 2-1 going again. 69-74. They've done an awesome job to come back, but those 2 Dreadnoughts down from Ace is a pretty big blow. Tactical Marines on capping duty. These guys cap 50% faster than normal. 69-74. Warboss. Sorry, that's the Stormboys going after the Dreadnought there. This guy inspiring with each melee kill, as you saw there. Manticore finishes it off, does it? Very nearly does. The Stormboys should be able to do so, and down it goes. The Dreadnoughts are falling. Here comes that Predator tank, and the first Dreadnought now has a multi-melter on it. Good damage to all targets from short range. Really eats infantry for breakfast, that thing. One-shots almost everything unless it's leveled up. 69, 65. Can you get close enough to use it on the battle wagon though? Walkers are not quick, especially the Dreadnoughts. 69, 59. Plague Marines losing a model, exploding on death, healing allies and damaging enemies, but they don't heal each other when they die in Elite Mod. There's an orbital from Wise Windu, catching the shooters. The other stuff getting inside the battle wagon just in time. That was quite lucky. 69, 46. Doesn't even wipe the shooters out. These guys level 3. 69, 46. 1-to-1 cap is very close. What's going on here? Chaos Lord being annoying, but it's forced off. He's level 3. Inquisitor level 3 as well. The level 3 Warboss also. And a level 4 Apothecary who's down. Warboss going after this Dreadnought now turns his attention to the Predator's going to die here though. Down he goes. 62, 46. Guardsman in retreat. Manticore untouched so far. Heavy artillery piece, but you need to manually target each shot. We have double Manticores for Torpid now. Got a cost reduction in 2.2 now down to 90 power. There is a strike. A Storm Eagle strike, as it's called, on mid. Misses everything. Here's another one designed to force off the Noise Marines, and it does so. You have Raptors on the field for Ace. Can jump in and suppress this Guardsman blob, I suppose. He might get Melters and try and hunt down those Manticores for these guys. Big Zap Gun shot out, big damage and knockback. The third Dreadnought for Ace, sticking with its default autocannon for now. 58, 46, 1-to-1 cap. There's another Purgatus. And Raptors need to run the hell away from these Storm Boys. Good grief. Storm Boys, what level are these guys? I can't see, they've gone back in. 58, 46, so I can just mouse over, can't I? Where are they? There they are, level 3 Storm Boys. 58, 46. Another Storm Eagle on the Havocs, and they decide to run the heck away. And survive. Chaos Lord again putting pressure on his victory point. Manticore point blank on his Predator tank, but the Manticores survive. One of them survives in a way. Just about does so. 58, 46. Ace maybe thought about marching this Dreadnought in to finish it off, but didn't think it was worth it. These infiltrated looters are being very annoying. Red team don't know where they are, so they don't know where they can push their Dreadnoughts to. Warboss runs away again. 58, 46. Okay, so again decapping this and running away. Might want to keep something there, the Catachans or something, which will infiltrate. There's another Storm Eagle on those Tactical Marines, but they live. This guy's level 3, up to 1270 hit points. Plague Marine still around as well, level 2. 52, 46. Surely this is blue teams to lose now, but you never know. Blue team are taking a natural back, nobody daring to try and cap mid. 47, 46. Kisuke has full population, apparently. Yep, 97 out of 100 there. One-to-one cap. Torpid suggesting that he kill something off so he can buy some commandos for capping shenanigans. There's a Storm Eagle on the Blastmaster, but it does get away. Retreating time, and you're usually okay against the Manticore, but this Dreadnought's gonna die, I think. Yes. Beamy Death Gun, getting a shot on that thing does like 300 damage per shot or something ridiculous. Plague Marines level 2, getting shots on the Batwagon. Batwagon just tanking everything though, and these sluggers deciding to tie up the Dreadnought so they can't shoot that multi-melter. Here's another Predator tank for Wise Windu, already taking damage from the Storm Boys. There is user choppers on them. That's a waste, way too close to base to use that global, I think. Torpid has enough for a rocket run, and I think he's saving for a Baneblade now. Or I think he would have got a Lehman Russ if he wasn't. 47-26. No, he's going for Cadian Kasukin's awesome infantry squad with lots of weapon upgrades. We'll see what he goes for. And it's tier 3 for Ace. No. Look how much resources he's floating. He gets some more Raptors. Could go tier 3 and get a Phobos or a Great and Clean one, but he goes for Raptors. Suppose he doesn't think there's time to get to tier 3. Down goes the Battle Wagon. Sneaky Predator tank. Nicely done by Wise Windu. Sluggers trying to push, but a big Dreadnought with that Multi-Melter is hurting them a lot. Warboss chasing down a Predator tank. Rear armor hits, but there is full auto to stop him in his tracks. 47-11. 2-to-1 cap for blue, and there's a rocket run. This should be blue's game now. That forces off Wise Windu, and I don't think Ace is going to have enough to push. Yeah, the 2-to-1 is going to wind down 47-2, 47-1, and there is the game for blue team. We saw a Manticore strike right at the end there, as well as Storm Boys jumping. That is awesome. Let's have a look at the commanders. We had a level 4 Inquisitor. Did very well with this Inferno pistol. Warboss was very aggressive, died a few times, but the Warboss doesn't care. Ace, his Chaos Lord, was level 4 with Armory Inferno, and the Apothecary also level 4. Awesome stuff, close game. Almost come back the red team that marched with the Dreadnoughts, which is pretty cool, but they just couldn't keep it going. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.